What's up, my Capricorns, and welcome or welcome back to Cards for Hire. I promise it was lit when I started. Something about, yeah, that's what I was picking up on. Something about the fire dying out in a situation. Some of you guys could be going through an ending, okay, or separation of sorts. One or both of you could definitely be stressing about this. All right. Something about lotions or a specific smell could be significant. Something about someone could be returning something. This could be like a ring or clothing items or something like that. But it kind of feels like even though you guys may be separating, there's still a need for you guys to be connected or to communicate. So this could look like co-parenting or maybe even sharing a pet, possibly even still being connected through mutual friends or family members, okay? And then we do have Saturn in retrograde right now. So some things that kind of could have seemed as if they would last forever or as if they were locked in place could definitely be separating. Someone could be feeling dizzy, could be experiencing dizziness, and this is more than likely because you're imbalanced, especially when two of pentacles, as I say that, especially because your sense of stability has wavered. So you're essentially finding a new norm, if that makes sense. Yeah. But this is also feeling like a kind of like a que sera type of moment. Whatever will be, will be. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then we have endings at the bottom. And then we also have an Ace of Cups at the bottom and victory. So somebody could be choosing themselves, or someone could be choosing a new lover, a new partner, a new passion project, is what I just heard. Someone may be focusing on their work, a project, art, something like that could be significant. Okay. Yeah, somebody was hoping that something could stand the test of time. But it looks as if that could be falling away. All right. Yeah, and at one point in time, you could have definitely wished for this thing. You could have hoped for it, prayed for it, manifested it, and you had it for a time. Something about enjoying the experience while it lasts because nothing lasts forever. Okay, Capricorns? All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, false narrative. Thank you. Thank you, Most High. Somebody could be correcting misinformation. Okay, this could look like, no, I never said that, or no, that's not what that meant, or no, that's not how that went. That's not how that went. Okay, somebody could be correcting the logistics of it all. Okay, or correcting miscommunication. You always say that, but I never said that. That's what I'm picking up on. All right. Somebody could have also, after you were separated, you could have seen another side of this person, possibly like a stingier side or a neglectful side or somebody that just kind of is. I'm kind of picking up on you've never seen this side of this person. Yeah. All right. And that was probably because of the position that you held. All right. So you're seeing this person in a new light because you guys are no longer in the positions that you grew so accustomed to being in. It's kind of like, yeah, but you were my girlfriend and now you're just my child's mom. Something like that could be significant. Or, yeah, you were my wife and now you're just a neighbor type thing. Or we were dating and now we're just roommates. Something like that. Okay. All right. Divine, well, thank you in advance. As for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection, I extend my gratitude and ask that my angels and guides protect Capricorn and I on this vibe. Amen. That could have been signs that you could have been ignoring. Someone could have been outright telling you what was wrong, or vice versa. You could have communicated the differences or the issues with this person, and they might not have taken it seriously, or you might have ignored it. Take it where it goes, okay? Yeah. Purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's nice. Okay. And then we have wish wisely. That's why I said something about the wishing, because I saw that out of my peripheral. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desires and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So I just washed my hair and it's been drying for like the past maybe hour or so. But I just felt a drop on the back of my neck. Okay. Something about wet hair or wet towels could be significant. Okay, or the remnants of something could be significant. All right. New beginnings. New beginnings. Okay. This fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. Okay, so now that your focus is no longer on this person, on this connection, you might have time opened up. Time could have opened up in order for you to focus on something new, on this new thing that you have. So that you can better prioritize this. Okay. Starseed. Oh, somebody's working on their purpose as I see the divinity card. Okay. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work, and I already sacrificed so much. I might as well go ahead and focus on what I should have been paying attention to anyways. All right. Community. Yeah, you guys are tethered in some way, shape, or form. This could look like you being a part of the same social group. I'm picking up on like Greek fraternities, sororities, possibly, maybe even like an actual social organization. My mom used to be a part of one back in the day. Okay. Something about clubs, like a Smex club. Okay. Smex dungeons. All right. You guys could be a part of the same, like a poly community or a swingers group or something like that. So you guys could still be, swingers is crazy. You guys could be married or you could be getting a divorce. Then we have mature woman, all right? It feels like somebody feels like they're too old for something. High honor, yeah. There's still a level of respect here, but you guys are definitely possibly finding it hard to navigate through these waters, right? Oh, but now somebody could be listening to Avant. When we were together, we never turned our backs on each other. But now that we're separated, we can't stand one another. This could even look like you guys not necessarily feeling obligated to hear someone out, to listen to someone. And it doesn't even have to be about the relationship. You guys could just find that your patience for this person's words is just very, very thin. Okay? Situation, please. Somebody could be trying something new with their aesthetic. Yeah, the moon. Okay. Someone could be feeling as if this person could act like this towards me now, what exactly, like, what feelings were you hiding before? Deep blue could be significant. Midnight could be significant. Okay. Yeah. 8 of Wands. Messages, downloads, communication. Somebody could be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very aggressive, very hostile with their words now. The 4 of Wands, all right? Somebody could have hidden a relationship or connection from you or vice versa. The moon and the 4 of Wands. This could even look like hidden emotions throughout the relationship. Yeah. Clouds. And so some of you may be confused, right, in the King of Pentacles for this situation. Okay. You could find that someone cares more about money and materials and the materialistic elements than you thought, than they put on, is what I was gonna say. 8 of Wands again. Okay. All right, what's my Capricorn's energy? Somebody could have thought that the phase that you guys were going through was just a phase, just a rainy season. But it seems as if things just kind of snowballed out of control. Capricorn. Capricorn's energy, please and thank you. The Ace of Wands. Okay, my Cap, so you guys may be exploring new options. This could also be, like I said, fully focusing on a new creative endeavor. You also could be focusing on a new partner. Somebody could have a little sneaky link. Or just a link. You ain't got to sneak. The Fool and the King of Swords. Yeah, okay. So this could be you. You could be the more detached person, Cat. This could even be, you could also be represented as the King of Pentacles. You could have nurtured this person. You could have nurtured the relationship, yeah. You could possibly feel as though you were left hanging quite often. You could have also felt bombarded by someone's emotions at one point in time, or vice versa. What's the advice? Queen of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Six of Cups. I'm gonna put that back. So something about someone in the past could have showed a bit of detachment, some level of discernment. You could have noticed a shift in someone's attitude or someone's energy. And in the past, that was actually information. Someone could also have an earth sign child, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Okay. I just heard scapegoat. Somebody could be using the child as a way to get away, or using the child as a reason to see you or something like that, or vice versa, as a reason to communicate. And that may be why you have little patience. Advice, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Break up. Lack or instability. Lack of self-esteem could be significant. Page of Pentacles, they came out again. Somebody could have had a child, another child, or you could have had another child with someone else. And this could have been like a one-off, like maybe somebody stepped out and ended up getting pregnant. Yeah, Three of Cups, Nine of Wands, because someone else was blocking them out. Okay. Can I get one more for the advice, please? This could be, somebody could be a part of the LGBTQ community. As three kings are sitting out here. Two of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Somebody made a decision based solely off of their emotions at the time, okay? A whole lot of blue out here. A lot of communication, possibly even yelling. Somebody could have felt the need to advocate for themselves, their child, or someone else. I just heard onward and upward. This could even be you taking your cup elsewhere. And now that we're separated, we can't stand one another. By way of protection, yeah. Okay. Somebody could be spewing a lot of hate, a lot of hateful things, a lot of mean, hurtful things. And you're separating yourself because you do not want to be hurt. Okay? Yeah. Oh, but now the Fool. The Fool comes out again. Yeah, me chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. You could feel like someone strung you along, especially when you look at how they treated you then versus how they're treating you right now. You could feel like it was all fake at one point in time. Clarify this moon, please. Six of Swords. Intuitively, you knew it was time to move. This train, I ain't heard this train all day. Yeah, somebody you could even be, yeah, you could have even been guided to leave with your child, or you could be being guided to leave with your child. You could feel a very innate ability, a very innate. Mm, I'm not even going to use innate. Somebody could be very protective of themselves as well as their child, or even your inner child could be very significant. The Six of Cups in reverse. You have some negative memories about this person. Four of Wands, please. This relationship, the state that it's in now, could even remind you of some things that you went through in the past. All right. Temperance and the Two of Swords. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. You thought that there was peace here. You thought that you guys were possibly aligned on the same page. Or it felt like every time you were, something would happen. Two of Swords, you were left with some sort of indecision. So it's kind of feeling like at one point in time you thought you were grounded, you guys were going to be okay, and then it flipped again, and then it kind of just kept going back and forth, kind of like a hot and cold. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Seeking, somebody was seeking something. This could be validation. Somebody could have been seeking validation. Yes, the Empress, especially if you had this person's child or they had yours. You guys could have been working on a project together as well. So that may be another reason. You could be working with this person and you guys have to work on something together. Mm, horrible time to split. Okay. King of Pentacles, please. Six of Wands. Somebody could have won a court case or won a fight or a battle or won a decision or won like a group of people. Okay. Admiration. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody, ooh, all right. Okay, Five of Wands. Yeah, somebody could be fighting over a child or over how something started, over information. Somebody could be fighting over money as well. Somebody, okay, all right, okay. Somebody could want to leave with the child or with something valuable, and the other person is absolutely against it. So this could look like someone wanting to move to Nevada. Why Nevada? I don't know. Move to Nevada, but you guys are coming from California. Like somebody may not want to move too far, but man, somebody wants to move. Yeah. Seven of Swords. Somebody could feel like you're trying to take something from them. A person, a house, an item. All right. Somebody wants to get something back. Okay. Seven of Swords again. What's the Seven of Swords I keep saying? The Knight of Cups and the Five of Swords. Somebody could have been dealing with an enemy of yours or someone that was jealous of you. Somebody could have talked about how they were jealous of you or envious of you to this person. But there's something, the Knight of Cups is somebody on a mission, giving love, compassion, emotions to someone. And then it goes to the Five of Swords. Somebody could have spoke out their about maybe you being jealous or acting jealous or something like that. Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, somebody could have felt like you would do anything to win or to get what it was that you wanted. Yeah, with the Ten of Cups. Okay, somebody felt like you would do anything to win, or you could feel this way about someone else. Clarify this Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, something wants to be kept. Somebody wants to keep something. It's feeling like somebody wants to look a particular way. If this is a child or family members or coworkers or something like that, somebody is putting on a front or they want to look a particular way. Okay. I knew it was going to do that. Ugh. And I feel like I'm adjusting my hair this whole time. Yeah. Somebody could be putting on a brave face for the child or for people around. All right. I'm not about to be struggling with you, heard. Somebody could be a beautician or work with hair, a braider, a retwister. All right. A barber. Clarify this Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody could be thinking about, somebody could be feeling as if the money that they were going to use for a business or something like that is now being redirected towards this issue. All right. Especially if somebody has to move. Clarify this Ace of Wands. Thank you. Eight of Wands again. We've been seeing that this whole time. All right. King of Cups, the Hermit, and the Eight of Wands. King of Cups is over here. Okay. So while you were holding something in, holding back some type of emotion, maybe even holding space for this person, you realized just how alone you were. And that's when it hit you that it was time to move on and possibly focus on this new plan of action. You were inspired while you were alone. Two of Pentacles. This is possibly where the dizziness came from. And the Eight of Swords, yes. You possibly could have been struggling with how this would work. Like after you made the decision, it's like, okay, how is this going to look? How is this going to plan out? How am I going to survive financially? Two of Pentacles again. Yes. The Fool. And so as you went on this new journey, the Fool to the King of Swords, the new journey was also, I have to change my demeanor. You can't get the full version of me anymore. So someone could be feeling like this, feeling this way about you. Like you're all of a sudden so cold. You were so nurturing when we were together. I thought I would always have that version of you. And that's a freak no. Sorry. You need a wristband. The Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Swords. I can't behave the same way because you was outside doing some other things, all right? I clarified the Seven of Swords. It was the Knight of Cups. Yeah, somebody was talking about you behind your back or even giving love to another person, possibly somebody that envied you or just flat out betraying you overall, okay? Backstabbing son of a gun. The Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Swords. Yeah. So you no longer get that version of me. I don't care if we got to deal with each other till the day we die, baby. That's a wrap. Ace of Pentacles. Yes. And that could have possibly been when a new opportunity opened up for you. And it might have even, things might have started falling together. The pieces of the puzzle really started to come together after you realized or after something was made very clear and plain to you. The Ten of Cups, King of Swords, yeah. You could have possibly lost feeling for this situation. You detached yourself before it actually ended, and now the rain's picking up even heavier. Mm-hmm. Four of Pentacles, but you were still holding on to it. This person didn't feel like you were still holding on to it, but you were. Seven of Cups, even though you were confused. Mm-hmm. There could have still been a level of passion here, though. All right. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, and the Hanged Man, while you were waiting, you kind of grew more and more detached, even more and more comfortable with being alone or comfortable with the thought of being alone, with the thought of this situation splitting up. At one point in time, you could have thought that you couldn't live without this situation or this person. Like you couldn't imagine life without this person. And you were kind of forced to get a preview or a sneak peek of what it would be like. And you were like, it's not that bad. I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with the constant nagging or mocking or disrespect. Something like that could be significant. Again, it doesn't feel like it was all bad in this situation, but maybe when it was bad, it was really bad, and when it was good, it was really good. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Oh, but now I just keep hearing that. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. You guys could definitely work together, or you could just be working on finding balance, because 5 to the 3, the only thing that's missing is the 2 of Pentacles. The balancing. You feel there's a sense of imbalance here, but that'll pass. You could even be feeling like this plan isn't working, but this is advice, okay? And this is the thing. You may have to lose something in order to gain a better life, all right? Does that make sense? So this could look like having to give up a car for a cheaper car, or having to give up the house of your dreams, or the idea of this relationship. Queen of Wands, yes. I'm hearing, to whom much is given, much is expected, all right? So if you've received all of these downloads, all of this information, you're expected to do something with it, especially with this realization. Yeah. Justice and the Three of Cups. The Hierophant. Okay, thank you. You could be seeking out money or alimony, maybe even child support from this situation. You feel like it's only right, okay? And that's why that person may be feeling as if you're only trying to win something, like you're trying to hurt them or something like that. But it kind of feels like if you've been with this person for a long time, then it doesn't work out. Somebody could feel like somebody wasted their time. The Four of Pentacles, or Four of Cups, I'm sorry, rejection, Knight of Wands, and the Strength. Hmm. Somebody could offer you something very small in comparison to what you want, and because you won't take it, or because you have, I'm hearing in the grand scheme of things, it might seem very small. It also feels like you may be called to hold out, to keep the strength, okay? To muster up some courage in order to get what it is that you need. Knight of Swords, yes. What it is that you actually deserve, okay? With this happiness, with the sun at the bottom. And the Fool, yeah. Somebody may want to make you pay for separating, the Lovers, or somebody could feel like you want to make them pay. I know I said that, but yeah. And now that we're separated, we can't stand one another. Somebody's child could also be a little fussy. It's given, I want to go with daddy, I want to go with mommy. And you're trying your best to hold everything together, everything in place. Maybe even the dog, shoot, the animal has separation anxiety, all right? And again, with this Eight of Wands, it keeps following us. 13, this is death and transformation. It's 13 wands out here. I'm lying, it's way more than that, but I was counting the originals. The originals. Somebody's diverting from the original plan. Okay. All right. So there could have been a conversation as soon as this separation happened, or the separation was decided upon, and now someone's changing up. The Two of Wands. Oh, this all came out together, huh? It feels like someone needs to communicate that there is still love there, even if it's not to this other person. But say, if you're co-parenting, the other one parent needs to still explain that to the child, because it may be very confusing for them. All of a sudden their parents are no longer together and they're acting as if they hate each other. Somebody may need to relay the message that I still care about your mom, I still care about your dad. The moon, yes, and the moon is where we started, okay? Somebody may need to express something to someone else, explain what happened, explain where the love went, why somebody left. Because somebody's a little confused, the Magician. It could have felt like it came out of nowhere to someone on the outside looking in. There could even be a message about that from you or coming towards you, rather. The Hanged Man in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. Yes. Somebody's been enlightened that the opportunity is no longer available. It's a missed opportunity. Yes, the devil. I knew it was going to come out because the devil at the bottom of the Capricorn card keeps looking at me, keeps speaking to me, rather. The devil. Oh, okay. Somebody could also be kind of manipulating the situation behind the scenes. Okay. Could be family members, could be friends, co-workers, or whoever else has witnessed you all dating or you all married or you all together or has been a witness. Somebody could also be a third party. Doesn't have to be romantic, although that could be a possibility as well. Somebody could be wondering why you can't just stay together. Why even though there's toxicity, interesting. Okay. Somebody could be trying to villainize you or this other person. Page of Cups, yes, a message. Somebody may also want to come in and give you an apology. Now, what was this Eight of Cups? Okay, yeah, you are the Eight of Cups. You're the King of Cups for sure. Don't have to be though. Somebody could be a Virgo for sure. With this Hermit and the King of Pentacles. And now that we're separated, we can stand one another. Good first Page of Cups. Thank you. Three of Wands in reverse. Somebody might come in and apologize to you, or you may apologize to this person. Somebody might be called to apologize because you weren't able to move forward. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Somebody might even be apologizing for what happened during the relationship when they were feeling left out in the cold, possibly sick. Somebody could have neglected someone or left someone to deal with the sickness or a financial crisis on their own. Somebody might be coming in to apologize for that, or someone's being called to apologize for that. Clarify this Eight of Wands because it's everywhere. Knight of Cups. Definitely heavy communication going on. Somebody's coming to apologize to you or vice versa about what was said while you guys were together. Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Sun. Somebody could have been very boastful, very egotistical, very much so in their ego. Somebody could have also said something negative about your parenting skills, okay? Somebody definitely betrayed this union, though, okay? Yeah, Five of Swords. Heavy on the betrayal. The Magician. Yeah, and the Two of Cups. So after you guys realized, after you gained clarity about something, about some form of communication, that's when you decided to take action, all right? When you realized that somebody was exploring other options, you decided to take action. And they could feel as though you betrayed them, but they might not know everything that you know. They might not know what you know about their behavior, if that makes sense, all right? Yeah. Man, all right. Closing out for my caps. I'm being called to check in on this other person's energy. Okay. All right. So you guys could be mirroring energies or exchanging energies, if that makes sense. Ten of Pentacles and the King of Wands. All right. So yeah, this feels like the person that stepped out, that you see how his back is turned towards the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is not only tangible, but it could also represent like something that you prayed for, okay? Ten of Pentacles is abundance, absolutely. Five of Swords, this is the person that betrayed you. You made a fool of me, tell me why. Definitely feeling like this is the Virgo, yeah. chose to be outside in them streets, chose to be driven by their desires. Okay. This person could have also cheated with a, like I said, the LGBTQ community could be very significant. The moon, somebody could have cheated because they feel like they had the money and the finances to do so. Okay. It's feeling like I pay for everything, I should be able to do what I want, or somebody could have felt like because they paid for everything that you weren't holding up your end of the bargain, which was everything else. Yeah, that's what was hidden. Somebody could have went back to someone that they could have dated in the past. All right, that's this other person. Wheel of Fortune, that something that should have ended, or that you thought a cycle had ended with. One more with this King of Wands. The Magician, yes. They manifested a new beginning with someone else from the past, possibly. All right. The Chariot, they progressed, yes. Three of Cups, okay. Verify this King of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, somebody might have had a child outside. Six of Cups, past. And that's also a children card. Two of Wands, yeah. And so, due to the fact that Two of Wands was connected to the Six of Wands and the King of Cups, that decision that they made in the past or what have you, or towards the past, may be coming to light. That's the clarity that you were able to ascertain. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. And the Four of Swords again. While you were resting, somebody might have went out and dealt with somebody while you were sick, while you were healing from something. This could be as horrible as postpartum, or while you were at work, or while you were actually sick, maybe in the hospital, maybe at home in the bed. That other person could be married, okay? The Page of Cups. Yeah, that's what they're coming in to apologize for. Three of Wands. In order to move the situation forward. And the Lovers, yeah. Definitely more than one person out here. Anything else before I close out? The Lovers and the Hermit. They chose to leave you alone. They chose to leave you alone. Five of Wands, because there was some competition outside. Okay? I feel like there's so much more like I can dig into with this, but I don't want to make it too long. But the way that I'm feeling, it feels like this situation isn't really over. Like there may be more information for you to gather, or that may come to you. And it also feels like I said, you're still connected to this person. So the phase in which that you are used to with this person could be over, but it doesn't feel like they're necessarily going to be cut out of your life. Okay? It does feel like new opportunity, new space. Do you guys see how dark it's gotten? It's going to get worse before it gets better, my Capricorns. Whew. Love is a bridge between you and everything. Connection, oneness, finding your way forward. Absolutely. It feels like you might want to find something to take your mind off of the situation if you don't have to deal with that person directly. So when you don't have to communicate about something, make sure you find something that fills your cup. Yeah. Maybe you search the branches for what is only in the roots. Go deeper, look elsewhere. You need more. This could be you need more from a relationship or you need more information to make an adequate decision. Okay. At the bottom, set your life on fire and seek those who fan your flames. Kindred spirits, passion, follow your heart. Absolutely. So now it's time for you to focus on your purpose. It's time for you to focus on creating something new for yourself. Maybe even something that you don't have to share with anyone else. Confirmation on my phone. Okay. All right. The moon. The moon is bright when it doesn't avoid the night. Hang in there. Be patient. You are on the right track as I speak about the darkness. Interesting. Yeah. So don't allow yourself to be engulfed in the darkness, but also feel your way through it, Capricorns. I love y'all so much. I hope this helped. If you guys have any questions for me or would like a personal, check the description box down below. And as always, stay fly, aim high.